I'm sure by now most of you have seen this video. So in that video you can see that stones are being thrown at the president. So before I reach that part, or I talk about that part, let's go back to last week. So last week, one of the largest markets in Chingola caught fire, and many traders, merchandise and goods were destroyed by the fire. So yesterday, the president traveled all the way from Lusaka to come to Chingola to console the people on the traders that had lost their property, as well as to make a donation of 10 million kwacha to the affected citizens. But whilst he was giving his speech, some people in the crowd got unruly and noisy, and then they began to throw stones at the president, of which he had to cut his speech short for security reasons. So whilst this was happening, I was actually driving through Chingola on my way heading out of town, and I came across the security detail driving very erratically, and I didn't think much about it. Like, whoa, these guys, some of them almost collided with each other. So this is the video I took.
Which one is he? Is he the first?
So at that moment, I didn't know what had actually happened to the president and that he was under attack in Chwempala. So I kept on driving off and I drove off. Then later in the evening, I came across various videos and posts about the events that happened in Chwempala, which I was very, very disturbed. Initially on Friday, when I heard that the president is going to be in Chingola on Saturday, I found it very surprising because I know the views of many people in Chingola. Most of the views are not really favorable. Most of them are not really favorable towards the president, So I found it really shocking because in the past couple of months there's many events that have happened in Chingola. Let's go back just to 2023 when there was a mining accident that happened, and many jarabos or stone dealers or illegal miners, as some people call them, were buried alive, and some of them died, and there was only one survivor in that whole mining accident. And from that time, the government has been very strict on these illegal or jarabos in the mining. So like I made a video, I talked about the riots that have been happening in Chingola, and these riots mainly happen in Chwempala area where the president was yesterday. So me hearing him coming here or going to Chwempala was very surprising. Like, whoa, maybe it's not a bad thing. Maybe nothing bad will happen. I didn't really think much about it, But then after seeing the events of yesterday, I was very surprised. The first thing that came into my mind is that the people who are closest to the president, or his advisors, or his members of parliament from Chingola are not honest with him about the views of the people. And I was also surprised at the reaction of the people in Chwempala. For them to start throwing stones at the president, I didn't think it would get that violent. We do know that Zambia is a democracy and people have different views, but we shouldn't use violence to try and air our views and our issues, So I found it very, very surprising that such a thing would happen. Then I also got news that one police vehicle was actually burnt by these disgruntled people, which is still very, very surprising. If you go on social media, you can see many reactions from people. Some people are jubilating at what happened to the president, while some people are really, really affected and saddened by this incident. Like, where is Zambia going? Stones being thrown and attacking the president is a very, very bad thing. I think, if I'm not wrong, if you put the president's life in danger, it's more like you get charged with treason. And we do know treason in Zambia is a life sentence. It's to get sentenced to life for treason. You found guilty. It's a very, very surprising incident that happened yesterday. Anyway, people, let me know what you think about this whole situation in the comments below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you on my next video. Peace.